On October 23, 2011, Once Upon a Time premiered on ABC with 13 million viewers. It was the season's highest-rated drama, making it ABC's biggest success in 5 years for the 18 to 49 women demographic. The show was created by former Lost and Felicity writers Adam Horowitz and Edward Kittis.
We wanted something that was a little fantastical, and
that could also be hopefully a strong character show, which is, what we love to do, and kind of these characters that were so formative for us were sort of an interesting jumping off point.
And so we started talking about, what if you were, fairy tales and how much we like them, and then we started talking about if you were the evil queen and you were trapped in a place with happy endings and all you ever did was fail. You get a working oven inside a gingerbread house and that stupid witch can't burn the 2 children. We thought, where's the one place she can move that entire forest where she could win, and that would be the real world, and that was kind of the jumping off point.
Once Upon a Time takes place in Storybrooke, Maine, where the residents are actually characters from different fairy tales that were transported to the real world and robbed of their real memories by the evil Queen Regina, using a curse from Rumpelstiltskin. They have lived an unchanging existence for 28 years, unaware of their own lack of aging. The town's only hope lies with a Bale's bondswoman, Emma Swan, the daughter of Snow White and Prince Charming, who was transported from the fairy tale world before she could be cursed. She is the only person who can break the curse and restore the character's lost memories, with the help of her son Henry and his book of fairy tales that holds the key to ending the curse. The evil queen is Snow White's stepmother. Snow White is married to Prince Charming. Together they have a child named Emma. The evil queen created the curse with Rumpelstiltskin, who's the father of Balefire, who has a child with Emma, who is adopted by the evil queen. The character Snow White originally came from the German fairy tale collected by the Grimm brothers in 1812. The story in Once follows closely to that of the Grimm brothers. Snow's mother dies at a young age, leaving her to face an evil queen trying to destroy Snow because of her beauty and power. In the TV show, the story is almost as twisted as the original. The evil queen is determined to have Snow killed because she believes that she ruined her life. Snow is forced to live off the land and fight for her survival, as the queen hunts her. She becomes a hero for the people, protecting them from the evil queen's rule.
It was you.
In the original, the evil queen is trying to kill Snow White because when she is born, the queen is no longer the fairest of them all. She sends the huntsman after her and demands that she brings back her heart as proof.
Magic mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?
In the show, Regina is just as evil. She takes the heart of anyone who crosses her, and instead of a crown and an elegant cape, she dresses in a nice pantsuit. She also has a lot more to fight for in the show, other than power. She is also fighting for the love of her son Henry, who is convinced she is evil. When Regina realizes that her evil ways will always keep Henry from loving her.
The mirror strikes again.
You're late.
Sorry. I wanted to bring you the latest edition. I assure you, it's one of my better Hatcher jobs.
That's not what I asked for.
In the Grimm brothers' Snow White, the prince's only role is to wake Snow White with true love's kiss. He sees her in a coffin and instantly falls in love with her. He does what all normal people when they see a dead body and makes out with it. This awakens her and they fall madly in love. In Once Upon a Time, Prince Charming has a bit more of a story. He's a shepherd boy who is summoned by the king to slay a dragon, and in return he would be crowned as prince. He does, and is rewarded with the crown. He later meets Snow White when she steals from him. In a journey together, they fall in love. In Storybrooke, we first meet David as John Doe in the hospital. Right as the curse took place, David was stabbed and put into a coma. When he wakes up, neither he nor Mary Margaret remember each other, but eventually true love prevails and they fall back in love with each other.
Well, wherever you're going, be careful. If you need anything.
You'll find me.
Always.
In the Rumpelstiltskin collected by the Grimm brothers, Rumpel was a dwarf who appears to a young girl who has been held captive by a king to spin straw into gold. He makes a deal with her, telling her that he can turn it into gold for a price. The price is her first child. She agrees. Many years later, when Rumpel comes back to collect the child, she refuses. He makes another deal. If she can guess his name, she can keep her child. Eventually, she figures it out and defeats him.
You cannot hope to win the game, for Rumpelstiltskin is my name.
In Once Upon a Time, Rumpelstiltskin helps Regina create the curse, but he also pops up in many different storylines to make deals with everyone using his magic. But as he says many times, all magic comes with a price.
Tell me your name.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Emma and Henry are two new characters created specifically for the show. They do not exist in any fairy tales. However, they both play pivotal roles in the show.
So for decades, people have been walking around in a haze, not aging, with screwed up memories, stuck in a cursed town that kept them oblivious.
I knew you'd get it.
Because Henry brings Emma to Storybrooke, they are able to break the curse and restore the residents' original memories. At first, Emma does not believe Henry, creating the classic hero refusing their calling.
I know the hero never believes it first. If they did, it wouldn't be a very good story.
Costume and set design play a huge role in the show.
With Storybrooke, it was really about how do we make a town feel distressed, but also feel like a place you want to be and that you want to root for.
It mirrors what the characters' lives were in the fairy tale land. Granny from Little Red Riding Hood owns an inn and a diner, while the grasshopper from Pinocchio is a therapist. This help explains the characters' fairy tale life and their real-world life. Once also uses flashback to connect things happening in the real world that happened in the fairy tale land. Since Once Upon a Time is part of Disney, the show has been used to promote the new Fantasyland in Disney World, and it is also used in a cross promotion with Disneyland's Fantasyland.
And action!
Regina, the mayor, comes here to New Fantasyland, and she believes she's going to rule Fantasyland at some point, and it's just a matter of time before she does.
Later this year, the show is releasing its first graphic novel with Marvel, called Once Upon a Time, Shadow of the Queen, as well as a novel through Disney-owned publishing company Hyperion. Once Upon a Time is currently in its second season and is always adding more characters from classic stories and adapting them for a more modern audience. It airs every Sunday night on ABC.